My name is Mike Beattie. I'm a member of faculty here at the IE University, and I'm also an entrepreneur. Now, being an entrepreneur means that you take on an awful lot more risk than with a regular job. With a regular job, you work your month, you get paid at the end of it, and the biggest risk you face really is losing your job and having to find another one. With entrepreneurship, it's different. You're often doing things that are new, that are untested, and you have to put an awful lot of your own resources into it. And that means that if things go well, you'll do really well, and if things go badly, you'll really feel it. Well, the story begins in Mexico City in 2015. We pitched for and won two big contracts with Televisa in Mexico. One was medium big and the other one was very big. They first let the medium big contract out, and we did that. We were very successful. They were very, very happy with the result. And the second contract, which is the truly big one, was just ready, negotiated, and just waiting for the signature. So quite a lot of time went by between the medium project and the large one whilst we were waiting for the signature to happen. So much time, in fact, that at one point I began to doubt if they were really ever going to sign it. And I did ask them, and I made it very easy for them to say no if they really did have the intention of signing the contract. And they were absolutely insistent that they were going to sign it at any moment. So that situation continued for quite some time, and then I remember one day our finance director asked if she could have a quick word, and I said yeah, and we sat down and she said, look, we've got a problem. And I said, okay, how about you just tell me the first digit of how much of a problem we have? And she told me the first digit, and I thought, okay, well, that's not too bad, we can get through that. But she didn't move. She just stayed completely static, like a statue. And I thought, what's the problem? What am I missing here? And then I suddenly realized, it suddenly dawned on me that I was out by a factor of 10. That so much had happened and my focus had been so much on the projects and the technology and not on the financing, and there'd been a lack of dialogue between us and so on and so forth, that we'd managed to get ourselves into an absolutely catastrophic situation financially. And I was discovering this right at the time when there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. We were already in serious trouble. As the information began to sink in and I became conscious of the size of the problem, I could feel like a massive sensation of everything just disintegrating. I'd done an MBA in one of the best business schools in the world. I'd gone to another country, I'd learned a new language, I'd set myself up as an entrepreneur, done it all off my own initiative, and everything had gone super well up to this point. And all of a sudden I was looking at all of that, my identity, my house, the boys at university, everything just collapsing and crumbling into nothing. And I remember thinking, I just can't see any way out of this. I'm going to go into liquidation, I'm going to go bankrupt, we'll lose the house, we'll lose everything. And I remember just having this horrendous period where I was just sat there in front of the finance person, and I just wanted to be sick. And I remember thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do to try and fix this? Where can I go? I'll go to San Francisco, I'll go to Melbourne, I'll go to Dubai, I'll go to jail. I remember thinking, I'll go to jail if I have to go to jail, but I just need to do something to fix it. And it was just like everything just disintegrated, and I could see, I could see nothing. I just couldn't see any way out of it at all. It was absolutely horrific. If I were to sum up the one feeling that was really, really overwhelming, it was a feeling of failure, of failing myself, failing the creditors, failing the family, failing everybody. Just the whole sense of me as a successful person, it was just flipped on its head. And I thought, you're not the successful person you thought you were, are you? You're just like a complete and utter failure. I just feel completely impotent to do anything at all about this. I've lost all my initiative and I've just no idea what I'm going to do. Well, fast forward to today and the situation's wonderful. We didn't lose the house. The boys finished university and they all got jobs and everything worked out okay there. There were two things that I think were super important. The first one is friends and family. You know, they just divided. They divided into those people who were uncomfortable with the situation and they clearly didn't want to talk to me. And there were other people who, it was the other way around. They wanted to talk to me because they knew I had a big problem. And that talking to me was actually not talking to me, it was listening to me. It was not telling me where I'd gone wrong, it was not telling me what I needed to do, it was just simply listening to me as I talked through what was happening. And of course, as the years have gone by, I can look back on that now and think, that was so incredibly helpful. It was so incredibly helpful. And I can see it much more now than I could then, just how much benefit I was getting out of those conversations. The second thing is what I would just describe as faith. My feeling was that I was in a tunnel and I could not see a way out of it. And I remember from other times in life when I'd had that feeling, for other influences, things I'd read, things that people have told me, just because you can't see a way out, it does not mean that there isn't one. It simply means that you can't see it.